start the Grapple Asia Podcast episode, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors and people that support us. Softspot.Açaí, Cat has a little store now in Taiwan, and they do some incredible acai. It's sugar-free, no preservatives, and they have little pop-ups around the place. They had a little pop-up in Paraground in Port here recently, but they're mainly based in Taiwan. They're available on the app as well, and they do some great dairy hybrid options as well, and their nut butter is incredible. The pistachio one I highly recommend personally. Our sponsor is Aesthetic.Asia, and if you use the code GRAPPLEASIA, you'll get 10% off everything except from the alcohol. So thanks to Aesthetic for always supporting us, and we actually do also supply them in Thailand with free shipping as well. Okay, so this is going to be episode number 32. My guest is another Scotsman. The first ever episode was with Jack Brown. This is how this all started, basically. So our guest is Dan Reid. He's the head coach of Catcj Jiu-Jitsu, and he currently resides in Kaohsiung. And then he's been there for how many years now?
At least 10 years.
At least 10 years, yeah. Dan Reid is also known as Danimal, and he's a black belt and the head coach. And he's originally from Dunfermline, and he has become one of the most successful jiu-jitsu competitors in Taiwanese history.
This is nice. I've never heard you say good things about him before.
Yeah, and you've also got a 5-0 MMA record, right? With 4 submissions and 1 knockout.
Like a different lifetime.
Yeah, it's crazy, yeah. All right, okay, so my first question to you, Dan.
Maybe we should discuss the payment first.
How much was that again? 50 baht? I can't mind. All right.
50 something.
Yeah. So you used to do basketball professionally, was that right?
I played at a high level, played internationally.
Yeah.
From about 11 or 12 years old to around 22, 23.
Mm-hmm. And that's after that you started getting into it was MMA first initially, wasn't it?
There was a slight break in between, so a year and a half, 2 years where I didn't do any sport at all. Mm-hmm. And thought, yeah, I'm pretty much retired from this, but then I started to get an itch to compete. And I think team sports are amazing. Do you play any team sports?
Not really, no. I've never been into team sports.
Short, right?
I couldn't be arse watching football at all. I hated it.
That's kind of Scotland, right? All you can play is football. But after playing team sport for so long, there's many good things. But I thought I want something where it's just me versus the other guy. And then, like, without knowing that jiu-jitsu eventually turns into a team sport again.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a weird one, that, is it? All right. So what led you to jiu-jitsu then?
I think, like, lots of people that started training when I did, UFC. Actually, I guess I was watching before The Ultimate Fighter, but when The Ultimate Fighter came out, I thought, oh, this looks pretty cool. I want to kind of try and give this a try.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
not The Ultimate Fighter, just MMA.
Yeah. All right. So then what brought you to Taiwan?
I think I was maybe a purple belt. And, well, you're from Scotland, you know it's freezing. 8 months of the year, pretty much a write-off.
Absolute miserable, man.
Hoodies, training, no gi, socks on with the gi on. It's terrible. So I need to get away to get some heat in my bones. And so I would just find places to go for a few months. Sometimes coach if I was like a higher grade guy. You know, this is a long time ago. In some places, a purple belt was like the belt, you know. So yeah, I'd go away, either train or coach, depending where I'm going. Try and get warm for a while, come back, work a little bit, make some money, go away again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now you initially were the head coach of Kaohsiung BJJ.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you had a little break from that, and then you decided to establish Catcj Jiu-Jitsu.
I actually moved to China. I sold Kaohsiung BJJ and moved to China. I was coaching at Enbo MMA. It's like, I don't know, the second or third biggest MMA gym in China. Yeah. It was awesome. I had a great time. Like, contrary to what Taiwanese people say about the Chinese, I thought they were super friendly, super nice. And the gym was insane. It was like the biggest gym I've ever seen.
Yeah, some like billionaire guy just like...
Yeah, and everyone's a professional athlete. So there's no members walking off the street. Everyone sort of already knows how to fight. So yeah, it was a cool spot. But then COVID kicked off and it was in China first, of course. So I thought I stuck around for a month to sort of see what's going. But a month, I'm not working, I'm not doing anything. I could still get back to Taiwan, but probably not for long. So yeah, I got out then.
Yeah.
All right. So then you decided to establish Catcj Jiu-Jitsu. So where did the name come from? Because it's an interest. Catch, obviously, like, you know, catch wrestling is kind of where I got the idea. Well, where you probably got the idea from.
Did you get the idea?
No.
Did you name it? Just messaged my friend Mac. Hey, Mac, name my gym. Yeah, just kind of, I was thinking about a name that I would like, basically. And, you know, before we had Kaohsiung BJJ, Taiwan BJJ, there's Taiwan BJJ. I find those kind of names kind of boring, you know. Should be something like, I don't know, something a bit more creative. But so yeah, catch, because of course catch wrestling is like, I think I did all no-gi for my first like period of time. Not catch wrestling, but it's no-gi and catch wrestling so different.
Yeah.
And you know, like I think everyone says this, right? Like if you're rolling with someone, oh, did you catch him? So we call submissions catches, even though we're not doing catch wrestling, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was a cool name. And I checked like, is anyone else called Catcj Jiu-Jitsu? Looked for the website, looked for anyone, couldn't find anyone. So I thought, I guess it's mine.
Yeah, I mean that's what they say for the one grappling rules now, because it's a submission.
That's
only.
right.
Yeah. So they say catch. So it's like, it's not about. Well, they'll have a referee's decision.
Almost submission.
It's an almost submission basically, but it's extremely subjective. So like, you know, depending who.
Like all advantages.
Exactly. So obviously you have a primarily no-gi background. Who were your biggest influences in developing your own jiu-jitsu?
Developing my own jiu-jitsu, it would be me. But I think like, depending on where you're from, like some people are lucky they're born in a place where there's tons of jiu-jitsu, and most people now have just people that they can look up to and start training with that are much better than them from the start. That are local. For me at the time in my city was like, it's just me and a couple of guys basically. So most of my training was done there, and then sometimes I'll travel to the bigger city, to Edinburgh. You know, it's 30, 40 minutes away. So once or twice a week I would go there. Great coaching with my original coach, William Watson. So I had motivation there, thinking, oh, the things he's doing, I kind of want to copy, steal, and do those things. But I think part of it, I would say, like for many years when I was coaching, I would spoon feed my students, give them all the answers all the time. And I think not having all the answers all the time is what helped me be creative.
Yeah.
So I think like being stuck on the problem for a long time, that's part of the joy, but also how you make up your own solutions.
Yeah. Okay. So you seem unique in that you kind of went against the kind of like the grain in terms of what's generally practiced in Taiwan, for example, because like Thailand's still very much primarily gi, for example, but you put a lot. I mean, it was still in the early days. I was still a blue belt at the bloody time as well in Thailand, and you seem to just like be a lot more into your no gi, and you had a pretty decent no gi team. Why do you think you gravitated towards no gi more than the gi?
I think everyone thinks they gravitate to one. It's just you have more success doing it, so you think you like it more, or you're more familiar with it. These days, I probably train more. In fact, I definitely train more gi than no gi.
Oh, right, okay.
Taiwan, I think we discussed this, but like because of the way the competition scene is set up for the sport jiu-jitsu, as it was called.
It'll be like the Taiwan JJF or, you know, like the JJAT association.
So they pay the winners something around, depending on the city you're from. So the city dictates the price, but maybe $8,000 if you win.
Yeah.
So of course, all my good students want to do that competition every 2 years because there's not much chance in jiu-jitsu to get paid 10 grand. So because those guys wanted to train more gi, I thought, okay, we can do more gi. The gym is still 50-50 pretty much, but I think probably I'd train more gi than no gi now. So I think it's just familiarity and success. You think you like it better, but you like winning better, like everybody.
Well, yep. With Thailand, I've got a Burmese student that moved from Myanmar because obviously he was like in his final year of university in Yangon, and obviously the university's shut. A lot of the professors didn't want to go back because of the coup on the February the 1st, 2021. And what I found out was actually Thailand, it's developed enough where if you medal at university games, you actually get your tuition paid for you for university. Oh, yeah. So my student, he had to start from undergraduate first year again, but he's basically paid over 120,000 baht worth of tuition fees by medaling. Like he'd always end up losing to like he was a blue belt at the time, but he'd always end up losing to like the top brown belt, like national team competitor, but he still managed to get like a silver or bronze. So like, you know, like up until now, basically he's paid for his entire tuition without any kind of support from the family because of jiu-jitsu, which is, you know, phenomenal, obviously.
I think that's probably completely foreign to, you know, any other countries outside of Asia, really.
Yeah.
because in Asia we have in the Asian Games, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense the government's involved. I think there's going to be good and bad things that come along with that.
Yeah.
So I certainly don't think it's all good, but certainly the athletes getting some money or tuition is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, for example, in Cambodia, I think it's just because they have a pretty good community there. But there's a guy called Jasper that's like pretty much born and raised there, and his team's very good. And obviously, that black belt from AOJ, Jessica Khan, for example, she's got a Cambodian nationality as well. So whenever there's any games going on there, she'll go. And depending on the level of competition, she gets like a $10,000 prize basically. So depending on the nation and how it's run, obviously, if it's like one national team where they're all working together, I think the funding goes directed in one direction. But I spoke to Dedi Wigraha. He's the national team coach of Indonesia, and he's telling me it's all the governing bodies are different state by state. So for example, one state will try and push for everyone to go to the Asian Open, IBJJF in Tokyo, whereas they'll try and make everyone go to the other teams from a different state going to the UAE, for example. So that kind of like fracturing thing can make it a little bit difficult.
For sure. It'd be a mess.
Yeah. How much involvement do you actually have with, let's say, the Taiwanese Jiu-Jitsu community?
The community, but nothing with the national team, nothing like that.
Yeah.
I think they kind of want to keep that like Taiwanese. It seems that way. So I think that's fine.
Yeah. They've made the rules a little bit weird because, for example, Laos only has one jiu-jitsu gym as far as I know. Nice guy, French Lao guy. And I think there's an issue where you have to get a jiu-jitsu, like black belt certificate in order to go in the partition to actually go coach your student.
Yeah.
So he's the national team head coach for Laos. He didn't have the credentials at a Thailand competition, and he wasn't allowed through. So he's like this far away with a wall. And
yes, I mean, I had that same situation in the last national games.
Yeah.
I guess I thought I had a coach pass, but I had to register and do something else. And
so obviously you've got to pay for it as well, right? Yeah.
I don't know if you have to pay, but like all my students are, doing well and winning, and I'm coaching from the back of it.
Yeah. All right. Well, a comment I must make is what I noticed when I first met you as well is you tend to have a really good like tight community of students. Like you remind me very much of like my own coach Andrew as well. Why do you think that is?
Why do I think I remind you of Andrew? We're both handsome, probably.
He's not that handsome.
Andrew was handsome when I met him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's looking a bit fluffy these days. Yeah.
Actually, when I first came to Arete, that's the same feeling I got. I thought, this is very much like home.
Yeah.
Because the guys would go have drinks, food afterwards and stuff. Yeah, I think that was a similarity. That's one of the gyms I've visited where I felt like most like my home gym.
It's interesting that as well because like I speak to a lot of people that travel in and out, obviously because Thailand's very transient. And they all the same thing. They all say the same thing when they go back to their home gym or they've traveled through and stayed at Arete for a couple of weeks. To say the vibe's completely different, But yeah, again, it's a top-down thing. And I didn't know this until like a month ago. Mitsu was starting to feel a little bit better, and he was telling me how Andrew's philosophy for the gym was, I want to make sure everyone that leaves Arete or leaves the gym after like a training session or just like, they had a great day or that was the highlight of the day, basically. Mm-hmm. And I think that culture is definitely kind of stayed the way it is for so long now.
It can be tough, I think at the start I felt like it was me doing all that work, trying to create the environment, but that's exhausting for one and not sustainable. So like, basically you've got to kind of get everyone on the same page. So all my students now have that group, like I don't have to be the guy that's welcoming people or being nice to people because everyone sort of does that now.
Yeah. All right. So switching topics to training and coaching philosophy. What's your coaching philosophy when it comes to jiu-jitsu, and how would you say it differs from traditional jiu-jitsu schools?
I've always been experimental, like with my game and with coaching. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be sort of arrogant to think, my game is going to survive 10 years without advancing, right? So why would coaching be any different? So I think I basically test and retest, try different things, see if that gave me better results. Mm-hmm. I think many people will just coach how their coach coached. Yeah. So it's like that already makes it 20 years old, So for me, I think I've tried many different ways, sometimes super unsuccessful. Yeah. And like that'll usually be obvious very quickly. Mm-hmm. I went through different phases as far as what I think is the best way to do it. And the only way to do it is to try it, test it, and see where it lies. But these days, most of my stuff is live. I haven't done much research into what the echo approach or COA things are. So I don't know how similar what I do is to what they do, but I've got good success with not giving my students all the answers.
Yeah.
I think before I thought, well, if I just give them the answer, then they've got this shortcut. But it was something that short term sort of worked a little bit, especially with the kids. I'd have a week and we're doing this topic, or 2 weeks. It's looking really good for that time. And then a month down the line, no one can do it.
Yeah.
So there's no like stickiness to it. So when I present the problems and allow them to solve them themselves, you know, with guidance and direction somewhat, but they're figuring out their own solution, it sticks with them. So if I test after a month, 2 months, they're still doing the thing.
Yeah.
So like that was a big change, I think, realizing that it doesn't matter how it looks that week, next week. If it's totally gone in a month, then it's worth nothing.
Absolutely, yeah. And is there any difference between like the adults that you teach and the kids that you teach?
Zero.
No, just the same.
Exactly the same. Of course, there'll be differences in sometimes the kids can't do certain submissions, but it's often that I'm teaching the same thing to adults and kids within the same week.
Yeah.
So the class is like identical. We want to think like adults are smarter and quicker learners, but like you've coached enough to realize that not everyone is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And like I've done so few classes, you know, attending classes in the last 10 years that when I try to do it, I find my attention's like distracted so easily.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe I'm a terrible student too. So I think if the coach is speaking only for 1 or 2 minutes, okay, I can tune in for that time. But I think everyone watching has had a coach who spoke for 30 minutes about something. I've already cooled down after the 30-minute warm-ups.
Yeah.
Certain things are definitely not optimal, but I think I have some students that I think I could coach any way I like. Anyone could coach them and they'd be very good. So I don't have to worry about them. They'll take care of themselves. Any method's going to work with them. The other 80% of my students and people in general, I think I need to worry about coaching them. So I'm like coaching to the bottom 80%. The top 20 takes care of itself. They'll be good regardless. And I have very little input on how good they are. They're just really awesome and they can copy everything. They can watch videos and just do it. They're the freaks, you know. So let the freaks take care of themselves and coach to the bottom 80%. And then I think that's like a way of making the whole gym good.
It's a good answer, yeah.
I mean, sorry.
No, go ahead, go on. No.
Since I changed methodology, I would say there were some students who I just felt I can't get through this guy. Like he can't retain any information. Grab it with your right hand, he's grabbing his head, or it's just like, I mean, just more than one person, and you have met them, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, in my head, I'm thinking, this guy is a fucking idiot. You know? I mean, I have someone in mind, but I have 10 people in mind, actually. But they're not the idiot. Like, it's me that's the idiot for trying to coach, you know, in this way, where you have to memorize a sequence of stuff. So like that old methodology, I could make people good, but maybe the top 60%.
Yeah.
The bottom 40%, it's like, you're going to be around for years. You're probably going to be shit. You're never really going to be good. Maybe if you stick for 10 years, you can be not crap.
Yeah.
But this methodology, I feel like everyone is getting good.
Yeah.
The worst guys come in, if they buy into the system, train often, then they're good within a short period of time. So I think that I don't want to leave anyone behind. I don't want anyone to have a bad experience of jiu-jitsu because of me. I know it's happened.
Yeah.
Because I was an idiot. You know, I was coaching when I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like most of us, there's no training manual for it, you know, per se. So I'm doing my best. I always did the best I could with the tools I had, but sometimes people fall through the cracks, and I feel like, fuck, I could have made that guy good under this methodology.
Yeah.
Like kids too. At the start, I was so bad at coaching kids. Terrible. Trying my hardest, and they were all terrible. But now, very, very solid team.
What do you think? What do you think the turning point was? Did you just try and just like push through that wall when it comes to kids as well? Because I tend to have a bit of a fear when it comes to teaching kids as well. I don't want to get them injured, or I don't want to make them cry. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it started off for me.
Yeah,
it was a disaster basically. Thankfully, early on, I had a couple of kids that were in the top 20%, just the talented ones that you can do anything you like, they're going to be good anyway. So I had some of them, so I had some hope.
Yeah.
It gave me perhaps false hope that I was doing something right, because I feel like I was doing almost nothing right, except for caring.
Yeah.
I was trying my best and I was caring, but the methodology was a mess. By having them go, okay, here's something I figured out with. So under the old method where you're coaching, we'll say like traditional method.
Yeah.
Warm up, some sort of drilling, maybe positional sparring. Hard to explain to the kids, so difficult. Then sparring. Sparring means so much. because the rest of the time you're fucking bored.
Yeah.
It's fine to swear on this podcast, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't want any beeps coming up, right? So let's say you have 3 or 4 rounds. Kids' classes are usually only 1 hour, right? So you have 3 or 4 rounds of sparring. The rounds mean so much. If they lose, they want to cry. Fair enough. If it's live the whole time, you've got many, many chances to win and lose. So they have to be confronted with winning and losing over the course of the hour. If you want to cry every time you lose, it's going to be a long day, you know. So that part of it changed the crying issue, like almost completely. There's still going to be some people that cry. Yeah, it's still going to happen, of course. Like they'll have rivals within the gym. One kid versus it hurts more when that guy beats you, that kind of thing. So it still happens. Yeah, but it happens, I don't know, once or twice a week rather than 5 or 6 times a class.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Good. Yeah. So, obviously, jiu-jitsu is quite a niche sport and it is relatively new as well. So, obviously, like something that's been like been around for years, like football, let's say basketball. There's a methodology there, like American football as well, obviously. So they have a system in place where they have the high performers. It's all built in. Same with like wrestling as well. Whichever country, whether it's freestyle or like folk style, for example. What do you think the majority of the coaches get wrong, especially when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
I don't go to many classes and haven't done for quite a long time. I mean, I work every day. I coach so many classes. I don't have a lot of time to go to other classes. So I don't know what they're doing wrong.
Let's say if you're basing it off, let's say when you're going to competition and you're coaching your students, for example, and you're looking at the other side. Let's say the kids coaches or the adult coaches, for example.
Okay, I say I used to be very, very animated, passionate. Again, coming from a place of caring, but I've been known to be shouting at referees and all this stuff. And I'm not above that now. Don't get me wrong, but I basically never get hyped up at my student. I've tried, and that's kind of how I was coached basketball. You know, like there'd be a punishment system in place. You do something wrong, you get benched, you get shouted at, you get balled out. I've seen almost no return on investment when I do that. Like I'm getting psyched up and mad or whatever, and all it's doing is making them perform worse. So like, who's this for then? Is it just some show I'm putting on? Yeah. So especially with the kids, everything is good job. Like now is not the time to correct anything. And even if I could correct it, like I think an addition of a positive rather than a remove of a negative will give me a better return on investment. I see your brain trying to calculate that. Good for you, Mac. So that's coaching, you know. Like you can't really remove negatives. If someone is married to this idea of doing an upside down kimura or something mad, I'm like, but if you really want to go with that, let's see where it goes. Yeah. I can add in like, you know, if you get 2 hands together, maybe that's going to help you be a little bit stronger. But if you really want the other way, who knows, right? Maybe there's a way there. So these days, I would say it's less stressful for me. The preparation is done better. So I have more faith that they're going to know what to do in each position. I shouldn't have to micromanage and tell them how to do every position, right? Not at all. So these days, I think, much more calm. I can still be seen shouting at referees, but not in my students.
So in terms of, so if we're talking about mindset, for example, what mindset should competitors develop to succeed? Let's say it could be at any level. It could be like local competitions or like a high level, for example. Like what are you trying to instill into your
students? I don't think there's a one size fits all. Like there's different kinds of people. You know, if we even break them into two brackets, we could say some people got to get psyched up. I don't fall into that category. I've got to calm myself down. So like there's 2 types, right? Some people are just like look kind of lethargic. Maybe they need pumped up a little bit. Maybe they should listen to music or, you know, have a hard warm up, something like this. The other guys, maybe they're already feeling nervous and they don't need to hype themselves up. They've got to calm themselves down. So and that's something that I think the students have to figure out a little bit by themselves. I can observe a little bit, but you know, last competition, maybe I have 70 guys competing. So but between adults and kids, I can't figure out everyone's best mindset. And we'll say that's going to like evolve over time too. Like the better you get a different kind of pressure. So there's always going to be some sort of outside pressure and you have to figure out how you deal with it. Is it by meditating in the corner? Is it by making your friend slap you? I don't know. Like they have to figure some of that out themselves. Yeah. And it's the same. It's a test, retest, right? Yeah. What worked for you? I've went out and psyched myself up and gassed after a couple minutes. Like, well, that was not optimal.
Yeah. Yeah. Because well, there's quite a lot of like flow grappling documentaries now out, and how like you'll see different coaches coaching a different way. You'll see the AOJ guys doing it in this style, and obviously you have like the Pedigo guys going like, you know, kind of like drilling as well. And obviously now CLA is kind of like a new methodology that a few people are adopting. Why do you think there's so much pushback?
I would imagine most of it's because, is it Greg Solders?
Yeah.
He comes across like an absolute dick. Like he's like, I like most of the things he says.
Yeah,
I just don't like the way that he says it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? So, like in that sense, I think he's probably he appears to know his stuff. You know, what do I know? But he's speaking like he knows his stuff. But yeah, the way he speaks makes me think I don't want to listen to this guy. Yeah. So I think that's the main issue. It's not really the method. It's the person who's probably most famous for putting it across, I guess. And like the reality is, like, I don't know. He's always saying you can't just use part of echo. It's got to be all echo or whatever like this. But I think giving the answer to someone sometimes, if I feel like this, I have to test it. Sometimes I give the answer and I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. I messed that up. Yeah. But I don't know unless I try, right? Yeah, absolutely. Just some small pointers or cues. Does this help or not? I don't know unless I try, right? So yeah, I'm not like, I think some people that get into this sort of thing are like, I never want to show anything in class. Yeah. Or like, as far as like, I don't want to give away the answers. Everything's got to be discovered by you. It might be good, I don't know. So like I have to test certain things to see. And for me, it's been like different positions or things of, each one is a different puzzle, right? So the way I want to put it across. So sometimes I teach a couple of classes and I think that wasn't the best way to do it. Okay, let me adjust that a little bit, see if I can make it better this way. I think if you're not testing, you don't know the best method really. Yeah. And some of that stuff comes down to your own personality too, right? Absolutely, yeah. I think that if I'm telling you, I'm not going to give you any answers, you've got to figure them out yourself. If my students didn't like me or respect me, they're going to be like, fuck you just don't know the answer. So depending on your situation, how much buy-in you have from your students, I think dictates on the way, a little bit on how you have to coach. So like, I think coaching in general should reflect your personality in some way. Because being someone else for, I don't know, I teach over 20 classes a week. So I've got to be someone else for 20 hours a week. It's too tiring. I've got to be me. Yeah. So whatever style that is, still experimental, but whatever that is, that's the best way. Yeah. All right.
So where you're at now in terms of as a coach and when you first started, if there was something that you could have changed then with what you know now, what would it have been?
Yeah, I mean, I think I always did quite a lot of live stuff, but like I said, I think I gave away too many answers, spoon feeding basically. So I noticed some of my guys got to, we'll say, a higher level, and they're still coming to me for the answer. It's like, I don't know, after pulp, but I didn't go asking someone for the answer. I'm trying to figure it out, right? I might like, you know, take motivation and look for other people's answers, but I'm doing the research myself, you know? Yeah. I'm not just going to be spoon fed. Like, how do I do this? What is the answer to this? So I would do less of that. I didn't know at the time. It seemed to be giving me good short-term results. Yeah. But then, you know, 2 or 3 years go past, you're like, I didn't exactly get the outcome I wanted. I want really good guys who are creating their own stuff, and I would ask them how they did that. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm after, but that's not what I necessarily got. But sort of my first go around of coaching full time.
Yeah. Another thing that I find quite interesting about you is you seem to have a really keen eye for talent. Like you seem to know who the innovators are, or you seem to know who the successful people are going to be. Because like you knew about Craig Jones way before anybody else did. You brought him to Taiwan, and then you brought him to Bangkok. Obviously, did a little seminar back when we were on the green mats and stuff like that. And obviously, Prit's very cutting edge as well, and a lot of it.
Pete, right?
Prit's good. I don't know why I'm looking over at tackle and wall support. But you seem to have a good eye for talent. What do you think that is?
I don't know. I think that if you roll with someone, you can have a good feel of what they're doing. Yeah. I think with I mean, Preet I've known for many years. He was thoroughly unlikable when I first met him.
I kind of feel like it's like it's like maybe like a cultural difference.
For sure, yeah, for sure. Yeah. at some point during his Globetrotters, after a couple of camps, you know, I saw him then and go, oh, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, and he's still got the same sense of humor, but now it's funny.
Yeah.
But before, it just like, he didn't let you know he was kidding. It just sort of seemed rude.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows this. We've discussed this. He makes jokes about it himself. But like, rolling with him after that, after I thought, oh, he's a nice guy, actually. I thought he's doing some interesting things.
Yeah.
Like I can't get what I want here like I usually would. And he doesn't appear to be using a whole lot of effort to do it.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting to me. So I wanted to bring him over and do some more stuff. And with Craig, we rolled, and this is like, you know, before ADCC, maybe 2 or 3 months before ADCC. And I was sort of like, in a way, I was sort of demoralized. I thought, no one even fucking knows this guy. He just beat the shit out of me. You know, like, and I thought I was closer than that, you know, to like being good.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm not, because this guy's a no-name and he just humiliated me, basically. And then I see him go to ADCC. I'm like, oh, okay, he's humiliating the best guys in the world, at least the first day. Maybe I'm not terrible. That's cool. That's good news. But yeah, he was doing things that were so creative and different to what everyone else was doing that like everyone was surprised by it, basically.
Yeah. It looks like Australia is now just coming very close to on par to the top. Well, USA is now obviously the dominant country, and it seems like ADCC trials were in Bangkok, and then Lucas Kennard, for example, had like a breakthrough obviously, and won the whole thing, and he manages to like heel hook. What was that guy's name again? I can't remember. Like it was he decided to go for CJI instead, and it was like one of the best Brazilian guys out there, and he managed to heel hook him, which is quite surprising. But the level in Australia is crazy now.
I mean, it's basically a country of people who like sport, right?
Yeah, true.
So like, I mean, even England now, and well, the UK in general, have some good grapplers now.
Oh, absolutely.
It's basically a country of people that quite like sport, even if they don't all participate, they like sport. I don't know what Thailand is like as far as that. Taiwan is, we'll say it's more rare for someone to be interested in sport.
Do you think it's an Asian thing? Do you think it's like an Asian cultural thing? Because like Thailand's kind of similar as well.
Yeah, it depends on the country, I think.
Yeah.
China certainly pushed sport now.
Yeah.
Korea seems to have very good jiu-jitsu guys. Japan's always had good guys.
Yeah, with Japan, it's the aging population, which is the issue. But with Korea as well, they all like looking aesthetically good, and I think that's part of it as well. And I think it's partly to do with the males having to do with the national service as well. That could be it as well.
Taiwan's got national service.
Oh, do they? Okay, I didn't know that. Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure about other Asian countries, but there's certainly some that like fight sports more than others. Philippines always had a big fight culture, right? So, yeah, certain countries like that will have a lot of guys training. So, but I think maybe Thailand and Taiwan are similar, where there's other things that are more important to your parents than you doing sport.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about being a doctor and being a lawyer, basically, right? Yeah.
And just homework and bushiban, basically.
It was actually someone actually made that point for me as well with Singapore. There's not much. It's not much of a country for creativity, but it's more for like STEM field, for like engineering, all that kind of stuff as well. So it's a little bit more like the culture is a little bit more systematic, for example. So it's I'm learning a lot more about like different countries, different cultures. Like Myanmar's got a very, very different culture in terms of how they train as well. Do you see any, well, you've traveled quite extensively. Do you see unique, let's say, cultural differences that shape their jiu-jitsu culture?
Good question.
Yeah.
There's a little bit. I mean, I think going to Japan, when I roll with a lot of the guys, even high level guys, they start off like very soft, sort of like showing respect at the start of the rowing. I think I was quite fresh off the boat from Europe, and I found that very strange.
Yeah.
In Scotland, if you're rolling with a good guy, you're just sort of, okay, let's kind of go. But yeah, I've certainly seen the respect part of their culture with the way they would at least start the roll. Other countries, let me see.
You just came back from Bangladesh, for example. Do you see any kind of like any uniqueness, let's say?
I mean, Bangladesh is a very unique place, for sure. I've been going there for around 10 years. I think I've been 4 or 5 times, and I sort of just went because I think it's fun to plant a seed and then like see where it ends up, see if people keep training. I mean, kind of what I started to do in Taiwan. When I came, no one was really training. Then we started something that's interesting to see how it grows. So with Bangladesh, I've been going there for a while just to like try to help the community a little bit, try and help it grow a little bit. I think all small communities like that are like, they'll develop their own style and what they do, because there's not going to be many tourists coming through that are training. So it'll be like similar people training with similar people all the time. That can be good.
Yeah.
You know, you can start to understand each other's game very well, how to beat it, all this. So yeah, we'll see it. They're opening a new big gym in April. So I think I'm not supposed to say that.
Oh.
They might be opening a new gym in April.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's quite interesting to see as well, because back in the Bauhaus days, so that's the second already of the gym before COVID, we had a Nepalese kid called Diz. Or Dewiz. He's now basically the pioneer of Jiu-Jitsu and MMA in Nepal now. But I remember watching him compete as well. Just, it's like, for them, it's like pacing. Obviously, they have the whole like Sherpa thing going up to like Mount Everest and all that kind of stuff.
It's got crazy cardio.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just don't stop as well. When you see them fighting, you can kind of see that as well. And they have like their own special forces, the Gurkhas, as well. So it's pretty interesting to see.
I hate fighting guys like that.
Yeah. They just don't stop, do they? Yeah.
Never tired. It sucks.
Yeah. It's like, it's the same with like, for example, anybody from like the Eastern Bloc as well. They just seem to just go, you know, like super hard, which is quite interesting.
It's interesting, but like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to be good enough that I don't have to, but when you fight someone who you're not better than, they can put that pace on you.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think there was I don't know if he was a white belt at the time, but there's a Chechen guy that you rolled with, and apparently he kept on asking to roll with you over and over again, no matter how much time you hammered him, right? And then like he kept on denying that he knew anything about wrestling, because like usually those guys tend to get brought up in some kind of like combat sports, don't they? And then apparently you gave him a trick question where it's a very niche wrestling question where like you named someone and they knew who it was, and it's like, you lying little bastard.
You know? In Bangkok?
Yeah, it's in Bangkok. Yeah. He's a gem dealer, so like diamonds and stuff like that.
I remember him.
Yeah, they're just laughing because he kept on coming back for more over and over again.
Those guys are built different, man.
Definitely. So, community. So, initially when you first decided to settle in Taiwan, what challenges did you face building a jiu-jitsu academy in Taiwan?
I mean, I spoke zero Chinese. I mean, I still have the Chinese of a 4-year-old kid, but like I spoke zero, so everything was a challenge, really. And of course, there's not a sports culture, so it's like, am I doing this all for no reason? Probably. I'm gonna have to. I mean, even now, I mean, people come to my gym, they don't come thinking like, oh, I saw Jiu-Jitsu, I heard about Jiu-Jitsu on the Joe Rogan podcast or something, or the Grapple Asia podcast.
Yeah.
No one's heard of it. They walk in like, what is this? So I have to educate them on what it is, do a class, show them this is quite fun, and then convince them it's worth money. So that's like, it's quite a lot of things to do, right? Where I think in, certainly UK now, people know what Jiu-Jitsu is. It's a little bit in the, even like kind of mainstream, you know, my family and like family friends, older people, they all kind of know what Jiu-Jitsu is now, somewhat. They've heard of it at least. I would say in Taiwan, like less than 1% of people have ever heard of Jiu-Jitsu. So
still like that, is it?
Yeah. So like it's more than it was, you know.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be, you know, not very well known.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that you're teaching like over 20 classes a week, which I find absolutely mental. But what do you think is key to fostering a strong gym culture and keeping students motivated?
Strong gym culture. I think for a long time I thought, man, I really want this culture. I wish someone would step up and do this. And after a time I'm thinking, fuck, that's me, right? It's got to be me.
Yeah.
But yeah, first I had to try to like figure it in my mind, what did I want? Like specifically, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And that took a little while, you know, because I wasn't really sure. I think in the older days in my old gym, we had a nice community, but it was sort of mostly expats and mostly people who like to drink. And it's a very, like, excludes all the guys that don't like to do that. So, like, I thought with my new gym, that's not what I want. I want everyone to be involved in a community. It shouldn't matter, like, if you want to drink or not drink. It's irrelevant. We should have things going on that are for everybody. And even now with, like, the big kids program I have, should also be family friendly, some of these events. So trying to do things that are, like, that everyone can participate in seems to have, I feel like so far I don't have any little cliques within the gym. Yeah. And I know that will happen with time anyway, like, but I'll do my best to avoid it.
Yeah. I saw that, well, I was when I was still living in Myanmar, but I remember a lot of people giving me a little bit of a narration of what was going on at Rete as well sometimes, because there's only like 2 coaches at the time. The timetable's the way it is just now, maybe a little bit less, but obviously because you're doing so many classes and stuff like that, it's hard to manage people. I mean, well, you're not supposed to manage people, obviously, but then that clicky thing happens as well sometimes, and it could cause some problems. But yeah, it's hard to manage. Yeah.
I think like teaching many classes does allow me to get big picture things to see what's happening. I think long term it's not sustainable, but I want to figure out exactly what I want to have the community and the environment, how I want to, and then try and figure out how I can do a little bit less.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's hard to delegate. It's hard to give away a class when I think what I'm doing is working here. We're getting success in competitions. I want to keep on doing that.
Yeah.
What if there's a bit of that too, I think.
Yeah. In my case, it was I had to work myself out because I was kind of working myself to the bone. And the key thing that seemed to really work was implementing a 16-week fundamentals curriculum, so like a white belt curriculum, let's say. And obviously, everything's already set up. The notes are there, the videos are there. Here are the key point indicators on how to teach the class. And then let's say you have like a dedicated student that says, oh, I want to, if I can I please help out? And they show that they want to help out. It's getting them to just go through the programming. So they go through it with you like for the first 16 weeks, and then you kind of like hand it over. And then some of the classes you can go in and see, and it's like, oh yeah, you could have probably done that a little bit better. And then kind of like it gives them like soft skills like coaching as well. And that seems to be what works for us right now.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's just something I haven't figured out exactly how to do, but we had a little sort of coaches training, first one a few weeks ago, where I start to explain to these guys what I want them to do. Most of them are assistant coaches in my kids' class at the moment, but just explain to them why I'm doing things and like why I do it this way rather than the other way. So I think that's something I just have to start doing like on a monthly basis to start feeling confident I can pass off these classes and not be too worried about what happens.
Yeah. That's your baby as well. It's really hard to let go, is it?
Yeah, the kids class even more so, you know, I feel like, because I've failed so much, I think that's what makes it worse something. I've always been quite good at teaching adults. Even with my shit methodology, whatever I was doing, I was always, you know, quite good compared to the competition, I guess. But with kids, I was so bad. So now that I've figured out how to make it good rather than terrible, I feel like a little bit attached to it.
Yeah, especially with kids, they can break your heart, but man, they can like warm your heart as well at the same time. Yeah.
You're wearing black, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we haven't watched this yet, or at least I haven't watched it yet. So
they're smiling because I know he's baiting me, man. I know he's baiting me for the takedown because obviously you can't pull guard because you get negative, right? Yeah.
Oh, because it's the final already. Right?
Yeah. 8-minute match as well.
The referee's doing a super good job of blocking everything. Right?
Oh, yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
So you took the bait.
Yeah. I prefer playing top anyway. I don't like playing guard if I can help it.
You thought about maybe if he's going to pull guard anyway, try to get the side control in the takedown since you know he's not going to give much resistance. Yeah. You said he footlocked the guy in his first fight.
Yeah.
He's playing a little bit of close guard. I like it.
Started learning how to use the body lock. Just I prefer pressure passing. I don't really like doing outside passing or speed passing too much because I always get off balanced.
You're old and slow.
Yeah, just give it a little bit until I think I get stuck in here for a while, so I'll skip it a little bit.
It's all the way past there.
Yeah, but obviously it's
no points yet. Yeah.
No points yet, exactly.
And you can't really do submissions, right? So you're. Is that right?
That's what I'm insane for like.
I've always been a submission guy. I never used to do strategically, anything strategically.
What do you think about ear control here?
Not good because he can keep getting on his shoulder, getting his back off the mat. So I'm doing something wrong.
Go back one step. So under his chin here, often they can tuck it. They're kind of like the pre-chin defense, right?
Yeah.
I'll often post my right hand on the mat here to walk it in a circle to get ear control. If I can bend his head here, I turn his body with very little effort. When you go for a strong crossface, if you miss it, he can still turn his head, he can still turn it, he can still recur.
So you say post the hands and then kind of like...
Yeah, just using it like a lever to turn his head. You find the further up his head it gets, the easier it is to bend his head, right?
Right, okay. Thank God Dorothy gave me the advice. She's just like, don't accept it once I got swept here. But obviously there's no points yet. It's 440 now. And he had my leg. He was trying to get my leg, obviously, here. So I was doing everything I can to make sure I didn't give it to him.
Are you a bit scared of weaving here? He's trying to bait you for the weave?
I don't think I was just trying to get my arms around his body, basically. I just want to keep on pressure passing him. I prefer passing from half guard or body lock passing. I've been working on high tripoding recently,
I
but
think here in that body lock, if you lift your shoulder up a little bit, you won't be able to get onto your chin so easily and pry you off. I mean, that's something you would know is possible with your short arms, right? I prefer that right hand to be in an armpit cup here so you can rotate his body more. Right now you've got, the left hook is inside with your legs, but you're not turning his head and he's going to put his shoulders on the mat sooner, I imagine. So that right hand controlling the armpit rather than controlling your wrist, I think is...
like hand inside the armpit?
Just cupping his armpit.
Like the shoulder like that? Okay.
That grip is so underutilized. Is that Shinya wearing glasses in the background there?
Yeah.
He looks smart like that, right?
Yeah.
Not usually. I would try and open his elbow there. You're trying to control armpit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You figured it out. Good boy.
I used to hate the mount until I studied Danaher's the mount stuff, the 4x4 system. Just get the single arm chest wrap, and from there I just do my work basically.
I've always preferred mount because people suck at mount.
Yeah.
So it means my resistance is much less. Like everyone's good at the back, so everyone's back defense just gets better and better.
I prefer keep my weight on top of the opponent when you go for the back.
Like ear there. Left arm blocking ear there, I think is good. I would imagine if anyone is watching this podcast at this point, they've already stopped.
Probably, yeah.
So we can say anything we want at this point. Yeah. No one. If you're still watching by this time, Mac will send you a free T-shirt.
I do have a few T-shirts actually. I could send it to them. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't try and knee lever me here, to be honest. But I kind of felt the danger. That's why I put my knee off the floor.
Against that right butterfly, I like to turn my right knee to face his foot on the ground. Oh, you're being a pussy about it. Even the referee looked tired there. Rather than him sitting down, it's not to get close to the action. He's just tired of your shit. Nice pass, though.
Yeah, Roland. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Actually, he's actually he's in esports, where he's like a programmer. Yeah, he lives down in Phuket. Super nice guy, actually. I wanted to work the seated head and arm position, but I just felt like I was losing the chest to back connection, so I just went for the back again.
So we'll make this like they should probably have like a hashtag or a code word, right?
Yeah.
Hashtag boring match. First person to message Mac with hashtag boring match
gets a free T-shirt.
Free T-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. End up winning 9-0, but yeah, that's pretty much the end of the match. Hadn't competed in ages. I was like the last time I competed was in Vietnam before COVID.
Yeah, it's a weird one. You don't compete for a little while. Everything's a little bit tight, a little bit tense. You feel tired after a couple of minutes. You're like, fuck. Yeah. I thought I was in good shape.
Yeah. I used to just go berserker. I'd win spectacularly or I'd lose spectacularly. Best way to go.
Maybe everyone starts out that same way.
First question. What's your most unpopular BJJ opinion?
I suppose indirectly it's sort of like supporting some CLA or echo approach stuff that seems to be relatively unpopular with the masses.
Yeah.
Do I have any others? Except for that, I'm super popular. 90 seconds, easy.
All right, fair enough. Cool. Who are your biggest role models in the sport outside of sport or outside of jiu-jitsu?
I think coming up, like most people that played basketball, looking towards Michael Jordan as just being like the absolute greatest. Like that, what he was able to do: 6 finals MVP, 6 championships, and the way he went about things. And I think that kind of got rekindled again when the documentary came out recently. A couple of years ago.
That was a good documentary as well, yeah.
You don't need to like basketball to like that. Yeah. It's so good. His personalities, I mean, he's a fucking wild guy, but a lot to respect. He's just an absolute winner. So yeah, Michael Jordan.
All right. Okay, what's one BJJ dogma or myth you wish more people understood?
I don't want to keep on banging on about like being live, but I think that's probably it for me anyway. It's not like, certainly drilling seems to, it appears to work for some people because the people that are very good do it.
Yeah.
But is that what's making them good? Most good people that I speak to, they're always positional sparring every time they roll. They're just going back to the same spots, but they're good enough to always get there. So what we need to do is create those opportunities for the people who are not very good.
Yeah.
Of always getting back to the same spot with the same goal.
Yeah. What's one thing you wish you knew earlier in BJJ?
I mean, I think everyone who started a long time ago, I would have loved the resources that you have now.
Oh, so yeah, absolutely.
We had no choice but to, try and get on some sort of old school tournament site. It would take like 3 weeks to download some video that's all in Portuguese. And I'm like, fuck it, I got to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
These days, you have the answers to all the questions you could possibly imagine, all on YouTube for free. You just have to sift through the bullshit. So
There's a lot of that as well.
for sure, yeah. I mean, it's a different problem you have now. It's like a problem of too much information.
Yeah.
But back when I started, there was basically no information. Getting the rubber guard book from Eddie Bravo, wish I didn't bother. Took me back 5 years. Pile of shit.
So you're not a big fan of 10 Planet Fist System then?
It's just anyone I know that got the book was like, this is a pile of shit after 3 years of getting sore knees and fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Eddie Bravo.
I want to make that a reel. There's a 10th Planet Hotel. Yeah.
I'm sure some of the guys are nice. I'm sure Eddie's nice.
Yeah.
Fuck him anyway.
All right. What is one thing most BJJ coaches get wrong when teaching, beginners or advanced?
For me, I separate very little. Like my black belts be in the same class as my beginners. I think some schools it's separate. Maybe it's because of size, perhaps. But I think if you're just separating for ability, I think having experienced and beginners in the same class is going to build up the beginners much quicker, right?
Yeah.
To see what excellence looks like. That'd be my issue against your 16-week beginners program.
Yeah.
That might be a problem, right? They don't know what really good looks like. So at least having a model of what it looks like, I think helps.
Yeah.
And every beginner thinks they want to train with other beginners.
Yeah.
But it's like you're most safe training with the best guy in the room, right?
Basically, yeah.
I know that's not always ideal for the high level guys, but they're going to get their work in anyway. So I think separating like that, I think often can be detrimental.
My thought process with it was it's
Money. Hard cash.
at the end of the day, yeah, we're trying to make profit as well, and you're trying to run a business successfully. Yeah,
The rent.
but it's yeah, we pay the rent exactly. For me, the idea was like people don't want to look stupid.
Yep.
So if you put them in an environment where everyone's at the same level, basically, they feel
Strong motivator, stronger than I realized.
Yeah.
People just don't want to look stupid. I don't want to get in the way. I don't want to look stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So that like even stepping through that door is like, you know, is quite intimidating, especially when you want to like learn something new, basically. And that was my thought process. It's only 16 weeks, and then within that 2-month period, if they really get into it, they can always go to the other classes as well. They're not restricted to just that class. We're just
6
saying
weeks is 2 months.
for like 2 months into the 16 weeks, let's say, or 8 weeks into the 16 weeks. All right.
You know, I'm white, but my math is not that bad.
But I'm just saying, like some people are just gonna be like duck to water, isn't it? All right. So it's just like they're 8 weeks into it and they want to kind of move on and try out the other classes. They're welcome to do so.
We're going to have a false timer on this one, a timer that moves slower.
That's all right. Okay, fair enough. What are some misconceptions about being a coach or gym owner that social media doesn't show?
I think everyone who starts, they think, oh, this is going to be amazing. I make my hobby my job. You'll never work a day in your life. It's like, no, you'll just make your hobby a job and then you start to hate it. It's totally possible, right? I think I'm an outlier of someone who's, I've coached for over 10 years, fuck how many years, 13, 14 years that I've coached for. And I still really enjoy it. I still find the puzzle in it. But so many people that I've met,
They get jaded.
Hate it. They basically hate it and they're just doing it for the money. And there's much better ways to make money than jiu-jitsu. Much easier, much better. You'll make more money. So yeah, I think that's a misconception. People think this is going to be amazing. I get to train all the time. Just get a good job and train all the time. It's much easier.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. Yeah, good answer. Okay, what do you hate the most about jiu-jitsu?
I honestly can't think of anything that I hate about it. I don't always love waking up at 6 a.m. to teach my 7 a.m. class. You know, that's not jiu-jitsu. That's like, I don't necessarily want to wake up at 6 a.m. to do anything. But
Could be like having to deal with like adults acting like children.
I see all that as a challenge, and like if there's bad behavior within my class, it's my fault. I've allowed that to blossom, right? So no, I can't. I don't hate any of my students. I don't hate, anything about jiu-jitsu. Shit, I mean Mac. I hate Mac about jiu-jitsu.
All right. So if someone wants to drastically improve their jiu-jitsu, what are the top 3 things they should focus on?
For me, and my students, seems to have made a huge difference. I told you I started this like live approach during my competition class. I don't know, there's 20 or 25 guys in the class. Everyone won a medal in the next competition. Everyone bar 2, their next competition, they also won medals. So, yeah, it seems to have improved everyone like way faster than usual. So I think having the right training methodology, maybe I have it wrong, maybe other people have it right, but finding the right one for you, it's not all equal. So I think like finding one right for you is a good idea. And then like probably leaning into something that allows you to win the fight, right? So it might seem boring doing a triangle for a month or two, focusing on it all the time, but at least you have a way to beat better guys. Jiu-Jitsu is not about being able to beat up the guys you're better than. You've got to have a way to beat better guys, right? Before you're better than them. So like you should have a great fundamental game, but also like a way to win, a trick to beat better guys.
So the last one for the PTI is, what's the best piece of advice you ever received in martial arts?
Maybe from my old coach William was, I used to be super flexible. I'm still pretty flexible for an old guy. So I used to use that a lot. I used to lean on that for escapes. But the problem with that is you're not building up like anything else. You're relying on an attribute. I never thought of flexibility as an attribute, but of course the same as strength, speed, whatever. So like if you have an incredible attribute, be it speed, strength, flexibility, you don't want to always use it. Because if someone can shut that down, that one thing, if it's strength and they're stronger than you, what do you have to rely on, right? So that's a common one, of course.
Yeah.
But I think, you want to take away the attributes a little bit. Eventually, life will take away the attributes for you.
Oh, yeah.
So then what's left? Like some of the better athletes in the sport will retire younger because they're not the technicians of the guys that are not as good athletes. They figured out how to win without being a great athlete.
Yeah. Good answer. What's next for you in Catcj Jiu-Jitsu? Do you have any big plans or projects upcoming?
What's next? The Mariana's qualify open thing is in Taipei, so got a few guys who could win in different divisions. Myself, probably too. I'll enter. Hopefully win a quick ticket to Guam. That'd be nice to actually win something valuable in Jiu-Jitsu. So yeah, that's my next upcoming goal for the whole team, basically, of course. I think that's a really cool thing that the Mariana's Open are doing. I guess was there one here as well? No,
not yet. Actually,
Malaysia, Japan.
To be honest, there's too many organizers trying to get that piece of the pie in Thailand right now, and I just feel like it's kind of making it a little bit oversaturated. Because obviously, Aiga just was here last weekend, and then they held ADCC down in Phuket the same day, and it's just like.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
No.
Better communication, probably.
Exactly. Well, you know why they're doing it. They're trying to go up against each other, basically. It's kind of like what CJI did with ADCC, right?
I mean, sort of, without the billionaires backing it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Sorry, that was my goal. What was the question?
What's next for you in Catcj Jiu-Jitsu? Any big plans or projects?
No, we'll do another. I did a retreat or a jiu-jitsu retreat just off the coast of Kaohsiung, 30 minutes. It was like this beautiful, picturesque island with swimming sea turtles and stuff. So we had a retreat there. It was Makoto came along and coached also. So I think we'll have another one coming up this year. Yeah, I think this time it was just for my students. I wanted to like test drive it, just to see how it went with my guys. So I might open it up a little bit, have some other people come in too, because it was a really good time.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe like you can scoot around the whole island in 30 minutes, but every spot is basically beautiful. So it was very cool. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, we'll do another one of those.
Okay. So this is a fundamentals one. This is going to be a future sponsor. So if you could give one piece of advice to someone starting their jiu-jitsu journey, what would it be?
Assuming that they want to get good or want to continue.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe Chris Halter said it, and he said it pretty well. It's not who's best, it's who's left, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember that was a great quote.
Like, how many people have you seen fall along the wayside that were better than you? Like, man, that guy was beating me up. What happened to him? He got a job, he got a girlfriend, whatever the fuck happened, right? Life got in the way. But maybe he's having a great time, but I feel like jiu-jitsu would make him have an even better time. So
yeah,
you have to find a way to stick at it. And I think, like, for me, personally, it was always finding the complexity in jiu-jitsu, like finding another avenue to go down and explore. I was never happy to think, I think I figured this out. No, there's like another path with so much more to learn. So whatever it is that excites you about it, I think lean into that so you can be the guy that's left.
Good answer. I remember the Carpe Diem CEO, Yuki Ishikawa. at one point they were the most successful competitive team in jiu-jitsu, and they had 3 branches in Tokyo. And then if it's all within a certain radius, it's kind of easy to manage and it's easy to keep the quality. But after a while, obviously, once you, it's like, I think there's like 50 plus branches in Japan alone now. Yeah, it's pretty mental. And obviously there's 3 branches in Singapore alone. I mean, it's pretty incredible what he's done, basically. And he's franchised it out. And obviously there's one in Bangkok now as well. But he said what he loves to see is like people using jiu-jitsu to enrich their life, basically, make their life better. And he finds that way more rewarding now than like building up competitors. So I thought that was a good one as well.
Part of it is like having the competitive team to attract regular people in. Not everyone's going to be a world champion, right? But I think everyone can get something out of it. Doing something hard, being close to someone. I think this is like, it's missing from modern society, right?
Absolutely.
Life is a little bit too easy and we're a little bit too like distant, even from our loved ones. So I think jiu-jitsu solves that problem a little bit.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. All right, last 2 questions. That I really like this question actually. So, what is
Did you write it? Did you write the
Yes.
question?
Yes.
I actually really like this thing that I did. Good for you. Go on in.
What does a black belt mean to you?
At this point, almost nothing. It's like anytime you achieve the goal, like maybe you pat yourself. No, you pat yourself on the back for achieving it because you were working towards it. But like, is that it?
Yeah.
Have I reached the pinnacle? Of course not. I still get beat up sometimes, right? So the pinnacle is to make that less. The goal is to make my guys better, my kids better, my adults better. And the black belt means absolutely fuck all, to be honest with you. And you know, years ago I thought, well, a black belt, I thought that would be like that's unimaginable. Wow. It was written on my goals list when I was like, you know, when I first started training, okay, I'll be a black belt by this age and whatever. But yeah, I think at this point, there's tons of black belts. And like, we've rolled with good ones, we've rolled with bad ones, we've rolled with great ones. So all it means is you've done your hobby for a while.
Yeah.
You know, well done for sticking around. That's cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're good, really. But yeah, for me, it was a nice thing to do because it was a goal of mine. But in reality, the next day, it was just, all right, has my life changed any? Zero. So it's like the next goal, right? The next goal.
All right. And last question, who would you like to thank?
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Of course, thanks to my, you know, everyone in my gym, basically. They're all, they're the guys that bring me the joy, really. Like the kids and the adults are the reason I work so hard. So, yeah. Thanks to all the guys at the gym.
All right. Thanks very much, Dan. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.